I think we are discussing regarding Article 246A now. So, what is the constitutional power that actually created the concept of GST? Article number 246A. What is the starting word of Article number 246A? Notwithstanding anything contained in 246 and 254. Why 246A has a overriding effect on 246 ma'am? Because article number 246 at a time will give authority to only one government to levy the tax. But whereas GST is needed to be levied by both the government simultaneously. That's why 246A has an overriding effect on 246. Why 254 was overridden? Because as per Article 254, what is the position, ma? Central government will be given a dominant position. But whereas in GST, only central government taxes are merged or state government taxes are also merged in GST. State government taxes are also merged in GST. In that case, both the government shall be given equal importance or central should be there in a dominant position. Both the government shall be given equal importance. In order to make it happen, 246A has an overriding effect on 254. So why 246 was overridden, ma? To give simultaneous power to levy the GST by both the governments. Why 254 was overridden, ma? In order to give equal importance to both the governments, 254 was overridden by 246A. That is the first word. Okay. The next one is the legislature of every state have the power to make the law with respect to GST imposed by union or by such state. So what is the point here, ma? This point 1 deals with which type of supply here? Point 1 deals with which type of supply? Intrastate. Why it deals with intrastate, ma? How can we decide that? Because here GST is imposed by central as well as state. If at all it is the intrastate supply, which government is having the authority to levy the tax, ma? If at all it is the intrastate supply, which government is having the authority to levy the tax? Both the governments. Whether it so yes, na, that's why on interest, that's why 246 was overridden, na, to give simultaneous power to levy the tax. That's why if at all it is the intrastate supply, what will be levied, ma? CGST plus SGST. That is point number 1. If at all it is a intrastate supply, CGST plus SGST will be levied. Sir, if at all it is a interstate supply, then who is having the exclusive power? Parliament. That is, here it deals with interstate supply. If at all it is the interstate supply, which government is having the authority to levy that, ma'am? Central government. And what is the GST that will be levied? IGST. What is the full form of IGST? Integrated GST. And for your kind information, generally the origin of GST was there from 1950s. It was introduced initially for the first time in France. But nobody is able to create a concept of IGST. Even though from 1950s onwards, this GST concept was there, no government is able to create a concept of IGST. India innovatively created a new tax concept that is called as IGST. That's why Mera Bharat, India can create new taxes. Okay. That is also speciality, na? Yes, definitely. So if at all it is the intrastate supply, what is the tax that will be levied, ma? CGST plus SGST. If at all it is the interstate supply, what will be levied, ma? IGST. And further, there is explanation also. What is this explanation? The provisions of this article shall in respect of the GST referred in clause 5 of the article number 279A takes effect from the date recommended by the GST Council. Sir, what are those items that are specified? I just wrote here. These are the items. So these are the 5 items: crude petroleum, high-speed diesel, petrol, natural gas. ATF means aviation turbine fuel. What does it mean, ma? It will be used in the flights. Okay, flight fuel is known as white petrol, we'll call it as generally. All these 5 items, there is no GST for the time being. Whenever GST Council approves, from that particular date, GST will be levied. Whenever GST Council approves, from that particular date, GST will be levied. This is only for the namesake, this point was there. Vote bank politics. Because the people will ask, just previously, you just put the advertisement before implementation of GST that one nation, one tax. If at all your slogan is one nation, one tax, why there is no GST on petrol? The people will ask, then they will come up with a solution. When you ask, sir, why there is no GST on petrol? They will simply say, who said that there is no GST on petrol? Sir, that means, is there any GST? For the time being, it is not there, ma. Whenever GST Council approves, from that particular date, there will be GST. Okay, sir, who are the members of GST Council? Ourselves. We will never approve it. It will never come. But for the paper, on the paper provision, this is namesake. But definitely, GST will be there when Council approves. When the Council approves, when approves it, then it will be approved. That is the thing what this particular provision is. In the year 2017, it was created. We are in the year 2024, but till now there is no GST on petrol. In future also it will not come. But just namke vaste it is there, so we need to learn that. On these 5 petroleum products, whenever GST Council approves, from that particular date, GST will be levied. This is article number 246A. And this is explanation part that was given this side. So Parliament is empowered to levy the GST. Simultaneously, state is also empowered to levy the GST. It is intra-state supply. Therefore, CGST plus SGST will be levied. And this is article number 254. I explained you this one already. If at all there is any difference of opinion that arises between the law made by the center and the law made by the state, in that case, what is the position, ma? Definitely the law created by the center will have a dominant position on law created by the state. And if at all it is the interstate supply, IGST will be levied. And Parliament will have the exclusive authority to make that. This is the point you need to remember. This is the end of 246A, ma. So any doubt with respect to 246A, you can ask me. This is 246A. Check it for 1 minute. Any doubts are there with respect to 246A, you can ask me. So the summary is actually 4 points. First point, why 246 and 254 was overridden. Second one, if at all it is the intrastate supply, which type of GSTs are levied. Third one, if at all it is the interstate supply, which type of GST is levied. On the 5 petroleum products, when GST will be levied. These are the 4 points that are there in article number 246A. Check it once. Okay, ma'am. Any doubt with respect to 246A? You can ask me, sir. This is a sentence. I just have a doubt, or this concept in 246A have a doubt. Like that, any doubts are there, ma'am, in 246A? Last benches, any doubts, ma'am? Boys side, no, I'm up. Girls side, ma, any doubts? So can I proceed to the next topic then? Okay, fine. What is the next article number? The next article number is article number 269A. What does article number 269A deals with? Interstate supplies. Sir, already interstate supplies are covered in 246A na? Then why again there is a need for this separate article number? Why? What can be the reason? Already, if it already is an interstate supply, IGST will be levied. It was there in article number 246A. Then what is the need of this 269A? What is the need of this 269A? If you observe, what are the taxes that are subsumed under GST? In that, what are the taxes that are merged in IGST? CST, CVD, SCAD. These are generally merged in IGST. Generally, CVD, SCAD revenue will go to central government. But CST revenue will go to state government. But now all the three are merged in technically IGST. But who is levying IGST? Central government. Who is collecting it? IGST. IGST is levied and collected by central government only. But it is not justified. Why, ma? In IGST, not only central government taxes, but also state government taxes are merged. In that case, IGST revenue shall be shared with the state government. In order to make it happen, a new article number was created. That article number is article number 269A. So what is the purpose of article number 269A technically? Distribution of IGST revenue. What is the purpose of creating this article number 269A? Technically for the distribution of IGST revenue. We will see the first point. GST on the supplies in the course of interstate shall be levied and collected by Government of India. That means central government. But this revenue shall be apportioned, not appointed, shall be apportioned. This is shall be apportioned between the center and the state in the manner as may be provided by the law on the recommendation of GST Council. Okay, for that manner, what is the tax that is created, ma? IGST Act. IGST Act was created. So, provided by the law on the recommendation of GST Council means, what is the law that was created? IGST Act. In the IGST Act, in which ratio it is going to be specified. In that ratio, the amount will be apportioned between center and the state. The present ratio is 1:1. Equally, simply. IGST revenue, 50% will be retained by the central government and the balance 50% will go to destination state. In the IGST revenue, 50% will be retained by the central government and the balance 50% will be paid to the destination state government. That is the first point. Okay, second one. The Parliament may, by the law, formulate the principles for determining the place of supply and when supply of the goods or services or takes place in the course of interstate trade or commerce. What is the government formulated principles? POS rules. If at all you are a CMA inter student, old student, you are having this. POS section 10, 11, 12, 13 in IGST Act. Old CMA inter syllabus, it was there. Place of supply. POS means place of supply. Place of supply rules are there now. So who will create those place of supply rules? Parliament. Based on that place of supply rules, we will decide whether it is intrastate or interstate. In which way they will decide, ma'am? Are you able to recollect that? LOS, POS, in the same state or same UT, it is intrastate supply. LOS, POS are there in different states, different UTs. One in UT, another one is in state. It is known as interstate supply. LOS means location of supplier. POS means place of supply. If LOS, POS in the same state, it is intrastate supply. If LOS, POS are there in different states, it is interstate supply. That means based on place of supply, it will change whether it is intrastate or interstate. That is point number 2. For that sake, the Parliament created a concept of place of supply rules. Based on that, we will decide whether it is intrastate supply or interstate supply. For that, explanation part was given. See, IGST Act has been made by the Parliament, has 3 purposes. First one, principles for determination of place of supply. So I think if at all you are old CMA Inter, then you come across these things. 10 and 11 deals with place of supply with respect to goods, and 12 and 13 deals with place of supply with respect to services. It is a separate chapter and we will have a detailed discussion on that at that particular point of time. Place of supply is a separate chapter for us. So in that chapter we will see these things. Even though you are a new CMA Inter student, you don't know about place of supply, but still it does not make any difference because it was there in our syllabus, CMA Final, as a separate chapter, and we will have a detailed discussion on it later on. But simply, place of supply determination will be done by IGST Act, and IGST Act created 4 sections for the determination of place of supply. In that, section 10 and 11 deals with place of supply with respect to goods. 12 and 13 will deals with place of supply with respect to services. And apart from that, one explanation was there. What is that explanation? The explanation is again relating to taxes subsumed under GST. What are the taxes that are subsumed under IGST? CVD, SCAD and CST. These 3 are merged into IGST. What is the purpose of CVD? To counterbalance excise duty on imports. What is the purpose of this SCAD? To counterbalance sales tax on imports. So previously on the imports, CVD and SCAD were levied. But now these 2 are merged into IGST. Now on the imports, what is needed to be levied? IGST, because CVD and SCAD are merged into IGST. Therefore, what is the tax we need to levy now? IGST on imports. But IGST is levied on intrastate supplies or interstate supplies? Interstates. Therefore, imports are deemed to be interstate supplies. That is the explanation. Imports are deemed to be interstate supplies. In order to make it convenient to levy IGST, imports are deemed to be interstate supplies. See the explanation. For the purpose of this clause, supply of the goods or services in the course of import into the territory of India shall be deemed to be the supply of the goods or services or both in the course of interstate trade or commerce. Simply, what is the sentence you can write there? Imports are deemed to be interstate supply. Single line. Imports are deemed to be interstate supplies in order to levy the IGST. Imports are deemed to be interstate supplies in order to levy the IGST. That is a simple sentence for that explanation. Okay. Fine. Now this is end of Article 269A. So what is the purpose of Article number 269A? For the distribution of IGST. Which act was created? IGST Act. So IGST Act, as per IGST Act, what is the tax that is levied? IGST. Who will levy and collect that? central government, and this IGST collected is going to be apportioned between center and the state in which ratio? 1:1. That means equally. And second one, what is the other purpose of IGST Act? To create the principles or the rules for determination of place of supply, and for that four sections are created. Place with respect to goods 10 and 11, with respect to services 12 and 13. Based on that, intrastate and interstate supplies will be decided. Here section 7 is inter and this is intra. 7 is inter and 8 is intra. So this is a topic with respect to this 269A. Only and last but not the least, imports are deemed to be interstate supplies. So in article number 269A, how many points are there, ma? 1, 2, 3, 4 points will be there. First point, article number 269A is the base for creating IGST Act. Second one, as per IGST Act, GST will be levied and collected by central government, but it will be apportioned between center and the state in 1:1 ratio. That means in the IGST revenue, 50% will be retained by the central government and the balance 50% is going to be paid to the destination state. And the next point, IGST Act is also having another purpose to frame the rules for place of supply. For that, four sections are created. 10 and 11 deals with place of supply with respect to goods. 12 and 13 deals with place of supply with respect to services. And last but not the least, imports are deemed to be interstate supplies. Check it once. Any doubts are there, you can ask me. Okay, ma'am. Any doubt in this article number 269A? Reading is completed. So any doubts, ma'am? So can I proceed to the next topic then? Yes, ma'am. I think the last article number is article number 279A. So what does article number 279A deals with? GST Council. So what is the purpose of this GST Council first of all? It is a ultimate body for taking any decisions in relation to GST. Whatever the decision it is in relation to GST, it must be taken by GST Council only. That's why it's needed the constitutional authority. Therefore, a article number is needed for that. And what is the article number which deals with GST Council, ma? 279A. And after President approval, it was created in the year 2016, ma, on September 12th. Sir, that means before implementation of GST itself, it was there. Yes, without the GST cannot be implemented. Because what are the taxes that are needed to be subsumed under GST? Who should decide that? GST Council, na? What should be the tax rate of GST? It should be decided by GST Council. What are the registration limit for GST? Should be decided by GST Council. So if the Act came into force in the year 2017, then it must be formulated before the Act, na? That's why it was created on September 12th, 2016. Sir, who are the members of this particular GST Council? Generally, the chairman will be Central Finance Minister, and the members will be State Finance Ministers or any other revenue minister that was nominated by the state government. Because sometimes generally this is finance ministry, education and health. These will be given to educated persons only in politics. Okay, but sometimes it may happen differently. That is different story. But because these three are the main, so remaining whatever the other things that are there, you can give even to the illiterates also. Okay. But whereas with respect to education, health and finance ministry, these three must be given to educated persons. Okay. That's why sometimes what happens is these people may not have the what we call as knowledge on that particular ministry, then definitely it will be horrible. So nowadays politics, it was not there, but it must be there. Our role model should be Canada. In Canada, in order to be health minister, you must be a doctor. Finance ministry must be a CA. Like that, if at all it was there, then definitely the country will develop. So here, to sign a particular financial statement, you must be a CA. To do the surgery, you must be a doctor. To appear before the court, you must be a lawyer. But to become politician, no qualification is required in India. Mera Bharat Maha. Yes sir, no ma? So this is the Indian major problem, ma. So, but Canada is different story. In Canada, in order to have that particular ministry, you must have the background knowledge regarding that ministry. Health minister should be a doctor. Finance ministry, CA, like whatever the course in Canada in comparison CA that is there, those people will be there. If you observe Canadian Prime Minister, he just walk on the street by holding the hand of his child. Or even if we walk through the subways, train subways will be there. Na? Just like the common people, he will use the bicycle. He will use the public transport. So many number of videos. You can check on YouTube also. But what about here is a simple JPCC chairman will have a convoy. Queen, it will be like this. Yes or no? And the politicians ruling us, definitely they may have how many number of cases they can be elected in India. If at all there is a check bounce, a CA cannot do practice. But the people who are having hundreds of cases can rule us. Even a check bounce case on a CA may lead to cancellation of his certificate. how much effort he may have put to get that certificate. A small check bounce can, like this, it can cancel your certificate. Code of Ethics in CA Regulation Act, it was there. But what about the politicians? So there is no such rules, na? So until the such rules are there, definitely India will be like this only. Recently, I just heard a news, some ex-party got the central level I'm talking about, some 6,000 crores or something as a funds in the form of electoral bonds. 6,000 crores. I had a small doubt here at the time. If at all you're having the funds of 6,000 crores or something, then definitely you can distribute each person 1 crore, then the poverty will be gone in India. Then what is the need of political parties and elections? Yes or no? If at all you're having, let's say, let us assume that only in that, what is the population? Approximately 150 crores. Na? So it's okay, 300 crores, let us make it. Each person will get some 1 crore, then it will be 300 crores only. Na? No. Each person 1 crore means how many crores? Ma? 300 crores population. 300 crores or population. What is that? Yes, ma, please. Somebody is saying. Please correct me if at all I'm wrong. Maybe a little bit. Into 1 crore means how much it will become? 3,000 it will become? 30,000. Make a computation, ma. Let's say 10 members are there, ma. Each member is getting 1 lakh. Then what is the total? It will be 10 lakhs. So 300 crores into 1 crore. Okay, it will be 3,000, I think. 30,000. 30. No, not that much variation. Make use of calculator. Oh, it is not used. Okay. So say some 3,000. I think, no, ma. 3,000 it will come. వన్ క్రోర్ ఓన్లీ నేను అవును ఇప్పుడు అరే 300 కోట్ల జనాభాకి పర్ పర్సన్ 1 crore ఇస్తే 30,000 కోట్లు ఎలా అవుతాయి? నాకు అది అర్థం కావట్లేదు. అంటే నేనేమో రాంగ్ మాట్లాడాను అనేది నాకు డౌట్ వస్తుంది. ఒక్కొక్కళ్ళకి 300 కదరే, మనిషికి ₹1,00,00,000 నేను అన్నది. మనిషికి ₹1,00,00,000, 300 కోట్ల జనాభా అంటే అప్పుడు ఎంత అవుతాయి? మనిషికి సపోజ్ 1,00,00,000 మంది జనాభా అనుకోండి, 1 crore జనాభాలో ఒక్కొక్కడికి 1 crore ఇస్తే ఓకే, మీకు వచ్చేసరికి అవి ఎంత అవుతాయి అంటారు మీరు? అప్పుడు 1 crore మెంబర్స్ అంటే ఎంత అవుతాయి అప్పుడు? 1 crore into 1. ఓకే, దెన్ ఎస్, నౌ ఐ గాట్ ద పాయింట్. అసలు నెంబర్ దాటిపోతున్నట్టుంది మనకి. దెన్ ఇన్ దట్ కేస్ వాట్ వీ కెన్ డూ మా, పర్ ఫ్యామిలీ ఇవ్వచ్చేమో కదా. పర్ పర్సన్ అంటే చైల్డ్ తీసేసిన, అరే పర్ ఫ్యామిలీ అంటే ఫ్యామిలీస్ అని రావు కదా. ఒక ఫ్యామిలీ మినిమం 4 members చొప్పున వేసుకున్నా యావరేజ్న డివైడెడ్ బై 4 కొట్టండి, సుమారుగా ఎంత వస్తుంది? మన 300 లేం కదా. ఎంత మన పాపులేషన్ ప్రెసెంట్? 140. సరే 150, 160 ఏంటి ఈజీ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్కి? 160 డివైడెడ్ బై 4 ఎంత? 48. 40 crores అంటే డెఫినెట్లీ 40 crores ఇంటూ 1 crore వేస్తే మేబీ సరిపోతుందేమో లెక్క ఎంతో కొంత. అంటే ఇప్పుడున్న పార్టీస్ అన్నీ కలుపుకుంటే ఒక్క పార్టీకి 6,000 crores వచ్చినాయి. అన్ని పార్టీస్ మనీ మనం గెలిపామనుకో, అట్లీస్ట్ 1 crore అంటే కష్టంగా 50 లక్షలు అయితే ఇవ్వచ్చేమో. ఇవ్వచ్చు కదరా. సరే, ఓకే, ఐ విల్ మేక్ ఎ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ అండ్ ఓకే, ఐ విల్ ప్రిపేర్ పీపీటీ ఫర్ దట్. ఓకే, టుమారో ఐ విల్ షో ఇట్ టు యూ. Okay, fine. So let's come to the session apart from population. Okay, so with respect to that particular, who is the chairman, ma? Central Finance Minister will be the chairman and members will be State Finance. Okay, ma'am. So regarding this one, Central Finance Minister will be the chairman of the GST Council, and whereas with respect to state finance ministers and or revenue minister can be the member. Sir, with respect to any decision in GST Council, in which way it will be taken, ma? Based on majority. Sir, what is the majority rule here? Here, central will have the power of 1/3 of the voting power. States together will have the voting power of 2/3. The central government voting power is 1/3, and all the state governments together the voting power is 2/3 of the voting power. In order to take any decision in the GST Council, it should be 3/4 majority. Should be there in order to take any decision in GST Council. To take any decision in GST Council, what is the majority that is needed, ma? 3/4 majority is needed. But in that, what is the voting power that is there with respect to central? 1/3 of the voting power is there with center, and 2/3 of the voting power is there with state. But this GST Council was designed in such a way that no government is able to control the other. Let's say, in terms of percentage, what is the deciding factor, ma? 75%. I think in your company, la special resolution. Special resolution. So 75% majority is needed. Okay. What is the voting power of state? 2/3 means we can round it off to 67%. And 1/3 means 33%. We can round it off to. Okay. That means center cannot dominate the state, because the center capacity is only 33%. What is the majority that is required? 75%. In the same way, all the states together cannot control this central also. Because what is the total voting power of all the states? 67% only. What is the majority that is required to pass the resolution there? 75. That means without cooperation between central and the state, no decision can be taken at GST Council. In such a manner, the GST Council was designed. That means in a mutually cooperative manner, the council meeting must be continued. Center cannot dominate the state, and state cannot dominate the central. That is the point you need to remember. And in order to conduct the meeting, the minimum quorum that is required is 50%. What is meant by the word quorum? The minimum attendance that is required to conduct the meeting is known as quorum. The minimum attendance that is required to conduct the meeting is known as quorum. So what is the minimum attendance that is required here? 50%. That means one central finance minister, one union revenue minister, 2 members will be of central. And how many states are there? How many states? 29, including Jammu. That means where there will be the finance minister. So UTs generally will not have finance minister, na? So 28 states, 29, including Jammu, 29. Okay, Jammu, even though it is a UT, it is having the state legislature, na? Still CM is there, na, in Jammu. So then it is separate one. So 29. And apart from 2 other UTs are also having the state legislature, na? Apart from Jammu, Delhi and Puducherry. So 3 plus 28. Three UTs are having the state legislature, 3 FMs with respect to those 3 UTs, and 28 states, normal states. So 28 plus 3, 31 it will be total FMs. Total state finance ministers will be 31 only. Yes, ma, somebody is in this calculation, any mistake is there? 28 are the normal states. So 24 state finance ministers plus 3 UTs are having the state legislature plus 3 state FMs. 28 plus 3, 31 it will be. Now is it okay? So 31 plus central representatives 2. UTs are represented by centrals. That's it. Okay. Those 5 UTs are represented by central only. So 33 will be the total. In that 33, 50%. We can round it up to one. Half person cannot come. Na? Okay. So that's why. So 33 into 50% means it will become 17. So 17 is the minimum quorum that is required to conduct the meeting, ma'am. Okay. If 17 members are present, then only the GST council meeting will be conducted and any decision will be taken based on majority. And what are the functions that will be, or what are the decisions that are taken at GST council? These are the things. What are the taxes that are to be subsumed? To which items exemptions shall be given? And how to divide the IGST revenue between center and the state? What is the threshold limit for registration? What can be the GST rates? Any special rates are needed to be given for a special period like COVID times, or to raise additional resources during any natural calamities. Example, Kerala says during the 2018 or 19 Kerala floods time, central government has given permission to Kerala state government to levy 0.5% extra tax as a at the time that Kerala cess or something it is named as during that particular period. Why extra cess is levy? Because during that floods time, so many infrastructural facilities and all these things may have been damaged. To repair them, money is needed. So that's why they can levy additional tax. Whatever the extra revenue they will get, they will use it for renovations and all these things. So for that, but it will be for a specified period only, depending upon the circumstances. Those powers are also given to GST Council. Example, Kerala says, okay. Next one, special provisions with respect to these states. I think there are 11 states. Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Jammu and Kashmir, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. I think 11 total. These are the 11 special category states. Why they are declared as special category states? Economically backward states. So for them, special rules will be there with respect to these 11 special category states. Those are also framed by GST Council only. So these are the various purposes or various issues the GST Council will handle. And last but not the least, this is the namesake. Date from which GST will be levied on petroleum products. It will also be decided by GST Council, but it is namesake. So this is a total story with respect to GST Council. Okay, first question. What is the need of creating GST Council? What is the need of creating GST Council? To take any decision in relation to GST, there must be a regulatory body, just like that. Second one, why article number is needed for that? To give constitutional validity for the decisions that is taken by GST Council. And what is the article number that gives that authority? Article number 279A. And with President approval, on which date GST Council came into scene? September 12, 2016. And who is the chairman of GST Council? Central Finance Minister. Who can be the members? State Finance or Revenue Ministers. And what is the minimum attendance that is required for the quorum? 50%. How the decisions will be taken at GST Council? Based on majority. What is meant by majority? 3/4. That means 75%. In that, what is the voting power of central? 1/3. What is the voting power of states? 2/3. That means what are the decisions that will be taken at GST Council? Like taxes subsumed, exemptions, distribution of IGST revenue, registration limits, GST rates, special rates during the special circumstances, and special category states creation and the rules applicable to them. And last but not the least, when GST is going to be applied on petroleum products. These are the things you should remember with respect to GST Council. Check it once. Any doubts are there, you can ask me. Yes, ma'am. So, any doubt with respect to 279A? So, can I proceed to the next one then? Okay. I think taxes subsumed already we completed, na? Topic 12. What are the taxes that are subsumed and not subsumed? Already we completed this one. You need to check, or can I proceed to the next one? You want to check it? Okay, I will wait, no issue. I think taxes subsumed or not subsumed, already we completed this topic. Alcohol, petrol, why there is no GST on petrol, why there is no GST on liquor. If this alcohol is used for medicinal and toilet preparations, it is within the scope of GST. Already we discussed this topic now. Yes, so now this is the point. Post GST era, that means after implementation of GST. Now what are the taxes that are there? That is the thing we will see. First one, liquor. Is there any GST? No. But still there is a CST, excise or VAT are there on the liquor. On the liquor still what are the taxes that are levied by? CST, excise duty and VAT still levied by various governments even though GST was implemented. Next one, petroleum. Petroleum also same na? Central excise. Here one thing you should remember, this is state excise duty and this is central excise duty. Both are different ones. So on the liquor, state excise duty will be levied ma, and on the petrol, central excise duty was there, and central excise duty, CST, VAT. Okay, and for this, okay, I will do one thing. Just wait a minute. I will show you the chart for this. So post GST la, this is the position. If you observe on the liquor, there is no GST. Still central excise duty, sorry, state excise duty, VAT or CST is there. This is, I will write here, state excise duty, and this is central excise duty. Okay. So this is the position. On petroleum products, there is no GST, central excise duty, VAT or CST is there. Tobacco is the one and only product on which there is GST as well as central excise duty was there. No VAT, no CST. Except these items, other goods, only GST was there ma. No excise duty, no VAT, no CST. I want to add another thing also here, that is Indian hemp and narcotics. On that there is GST plus state excise duty, no VAT or no CST. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one I need to add. 1, 2, 3. This can be 4 and this can be 5. Okay, ma'am. First one, liquor. No GST, still state excise duty, VAT or CST was there. Second one, petroleum products. For the time being, there is no GST. Central excise duty, VAT or CST is there. Third one, tobacco is one product, and then which is GST as well as central excise duty was there. No VAT or no CST. Fourth one, Indian hemp, HEMP, Indian hemp and narcotics. On that, GST plus state excise duty was there. No VAT or no CST. Except these 4, fifth point comes, whatever the other taxes, on that there is only GST, no excise duty, no VAT, no CST. Okay, ma'am? Please make a note of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hemp means nothing but what we can say, ganja. In Telugu, we'll call it as generally. Okay. I will tell you later on whether you know that thing or not. చెప్తాను సాటర్డే నైట్ 9 తర్వాత ఒకసారి మనం కూర్చొని డీటెయిల్గా డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. ప్లీజ్ మేక్ ఎ నోట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్ మా. Fourth one, Indian hemp and narcotics ma. Fourth one. On the GST plus state excise duty is levied, no VAT or CST. Yes, ma. Somebody doubt hai na? Yes. Second bench, second one. First bench, first one. Amma, any doubts regarding this one? So is it completed? Okay, ma, last 30 seconds. Okay, 45. No bargaining, ma. Please make it fast. Amma, is it completed, ma'am? Okay, fine. So, yes, this is what? What is this? Yes. This is a total story. Ma. These things are not required. Entertainment and amusement. On that CG now, that means on every item now there is GST, except those things. That's why I simplified that. So now we are going to enter into this particular topic, GST models worldwide. Okay, ma. That's it for this session. We will start this topic in the afternoon session.